What is up, guys? It's your boy wtfmikxy here, and today we will be going over everything new coming in 1.2, starting with the developer message. Wuthering Waves update 1.2 is going to be called In the Turquoise Moonglow, and as we already know so far from official drip marketing from Kuro Games, 2 new 5-star resonators will be released at the time of release. We will be getting Zhangli, Yao, and Zhizhe, which in all honesty is pretty hyped for the most part, but it's not because of the fact that we are getting new resonators in the next patch. It is actually because Kuro Games is still on their generous streak of giving us free rewards and listening to us as a community. With that said, Zhangli Yao is confirmed to be our free 5-star resonator, which is pretty exciting because he may be able to fill a role for lots of players, or just having a new free 5-star playable character is fun in itself. Now, me personally, I do not have a personal interest in him since I was skipping him and only pulling for Zhizhe if she is a support type resonator. But we also just got official drip marketing on the 1.3 resonators as well, and the 5-star we are getting, Shorekeeper, looks amazing. Now, with that said, if Zhangli Yao is our free 5-star resonator, this also means that Zhizhe will be our optional banner resonator. Now, the reason why I mentioned this is because there is still no hint of us seeing a double banner, as in 2 resonators available to pull for at a single time. Now, my guess is this could be for the sole fact that Kuro Games is waiting to release more resonators and content before introducing the rerun system within our game of Wuthering Waves. But as we know, Kuro Games has been super kind to us and overly generous as per usual when it comes to the rewards and even the banner system within this game. I mean, weapons are 100% guaranteed on pulls. Let's be real here, that's insane. Then the multiple standard banner free 5-star resonators as well, with countless and endless apology rewards and rewards to keep players engaged. So with this in mind, it is probably good to keep an open mind to see if they might differ from other gacha games when it comes to the double banner system. But of course, I'm just letting my mind run wild here, and these are just my thoughts, and I just thought I should mention it. Moving on, we are getting a new custom lock-on feature that has already been worked on in patch 1.1, but except now we are able to have a set custom option called lock-on priority, where you get to customize how far the auto lock will take effect. For example, if you are super far away from a boss fight, say crownless for example, it will lock on from farther away with the distance option. As far as the other options, I don't really know how they will work, but I will definitely be trying them out on the new patch. Overall, I think this is a very cool feature they added onto the game. This will help players who are having a hard time tracking the enemy, or for players who just specifically preference a certain type of playstyle. It's also very cool and worth mentioning Kuro Games deciding to add more diversity to their game to help out players with their specific needs and what they are looking for when it comes to their game. This next one I am actually very happy about because this was very annoying for me as well when it came to the open world exploration of Wuthering Waves. I really got annoyed just going around trying to do things to gain more astrite and trying to 100% clear the map. So the thing I am specifically talking about is the fact that certain open world challenges and mini games require you to have a gunslinger on the field, which is fine because we all do have one because of the fact that we got Chishia for free at the beginning of our gacha journey in this game. However, if you are like me and do not use gunslingers, I do not personally because I feel like they are underwhelming and not fun, but that is a personal opinion. So what would end up happening is the sole fact you would have to switch to a gunslinger in order to do certain challenges and mini games, which can kind of be bothersome for a lot of players, me included, because I do not want to have to switch off my 3 main resonators each time I do an open world challenge. However, thankfully, because lots of players spoke up about this annoyance, we are finally getting it fixed. Coming in 1.2, we no longer have to switch to our gunslinger resonators to fully complete those mini games and challenges. We will be receiving a new utility which we most likely can access within our utility wheel, where most of us use our grappler. This utility will be called a hover droid. To shoot with the hover droid when it's equipped, you tap or hold the basic attack button. Then Kuro Games also mentions that the features are still under development, which means they're going to probably test out how it works in this upcoming patch and get some feedback from us as a community on it. I really love how the development team within Kuro Games is always listening and giving us proper fixes and feedback as a community when we are very concerned or bothered with specific things or functionalities within their game. This type of response is great customer service to the players and always a positive thing when trying to build a relationship with your community. This is one of the major reasons why I personally love playing Wuthering Waves, aside from how good and how fun the game is in general. Up next, another amazing feature that Kuro Games has responded well with to its community feedback is in coming in 1.2 of Wuthering Waves, we will be getting extra wayplate storage, which was announced a little bit ago by the development team that they were working on a way for us gamers to have more wayplates so we can farm more and not be exhausted of our materials. So the way they handle this issue is simply basically doing what Honkai Star Rail does with Trailblaze Power, for those of you who are familiar with that game. If you are not, essentially what I mean is once we are capped at our max wayplate level of 240, which as we know will reset after a day of playing Wuthering Waves and coming back onto into the game the next day. Instead of having to wait a full day of rotation for that to happen, we will start building extra wayplate crystals so we can farm more, basically giving us extra crystals for later usage. We will be able to regenerate one wayplate crystal every 12 minutes, up to 480 crystals. Of course, once this limit is hit, you cannot stack any more wayplate crystals. This is such a huge change, honestly kind of gameplay changing. I know for certainty that this will be a positive change to the game and players are going to love it and appreciate it. I am already excited as it is because I will be able to build certain resonators up quicker and not have to wait for resets over time. And I'm not gonna lie to you, when getting new resonators and as we dive further into this game, I feel as if being capped too low for your waypoint count, it would be kind of annoying. So I am glad once again in the early stages of Wuthering Waves, Crow Games deciding to listen to their community on this one and giving us extra wayplay storage for us gamers. Speaking of which, let's talk about the FPS cap and how we only can go up to 60 FPS, which kinda sucks. Back in the closed beta 2, which I fortunately got into, we were able to run Wuthering Waves at 120 FPS. Now for some odd reason on the release of Wuthering Waves, this option was taken away from us. I was personally heartbroken about it because I had just gotten used to playing the game at 120 FPS and it was really smooth. I fell in love with how the gameplay felt as a whole. I don't think it was clear on why it was removed. I could be wrong, but my guess is it had something to do with optimization issues and it was just unstable at global launch. Because as we all know, there was a lot of players experiencing lots of issues, which is quite typical with any global launch to be fair. However, that is my guess on why it suffered so much. Getting back on topic here, we will finally be getting back 120 FPS, which I am very happy about. I am assuming they polished it up more to help it run more efficiently, and I cannot wait to switch my game back to 120 FPS. Also, as far as gameplay goes, I personally felt this one as well, that daily quests were taking quite a bit of time and actually causes me to miss lots of days of doing dailies on Wuthering Waves. Well, if you are a gamer who plays multiple gacha games, you realistically can only do so much. It's already as hard as it is covering all these amazing gacha games coming out and that have already been released as it is. Coming in 1.2, we will be getting more guidebook activity points to help us out with daily quests, so we can spend less time on them and get full rewards from our dailies. Again, this is Crow Games really taking the feedback from the community and addressing the problems instantly, which we love to see, and I'd expect nothing less personally from Crow Games. Another amazing and cool feature coming to 1.2 update is the new Resonator Showcase feature, and I am very excited about this feature because it is very cool. So basically, as you know, when you pull a brand new 5-star Resonator, you obviously want to show it off by building them up and doing lots of different things to make them strong as hell. Well, I got news for you. You can actually show it off to your friends on your friends list, which I assume they will be able to see, so I hope that's the case. But basically, you can select up to 3 Resonators to display on this profile of yours. And again, I'm not sure if your friends list could actually see it, but I am just assuming, but this would be a cool little feature for those of you who are collectors and love to display your gacha wins. Or if you just want to flex that you got the gacha waifu or husbando that you wanted and your friends didn't get them. I know for me personally, I'm going to be displaying my Yin Lin and my Jin Shi because I got both and won both those 50/50s, so I'm just going to flex real quick. But yeah, that's pretty much how it works. Lastly, because of the positive feedback from the Elusive Realm, and as you know, it's been really fun, at least for me personally, Crow Games will be adding more exchange items to the Elusive store, which we will be receiving an in-game system mail message reminding us when this will take effect. But basically, in the second half of every new version, for example, 1.1, 1.2, 1.3, 1.4, you get the gist. In the second half of these new versions, we will be getting these items, which is all very cool stuff. And just the other day in my other video, which I was just talking about, in the 1.3, we got official drip marketing on the 2 new Resonators that are coming out. So this is worth mentioning here too as well. The 2 new Resonators are going to be Yuohuo, which is a 4-star, and she looks like she's going to be a Glacio, but I could be wrong, but based off her aesthetic and how she looks like she's going to be Glacio. And again, like I always say in all my videos, if I am pronouncing these names wrong, please help me out in the comment section below and let me know how to pronounce them because it's very difficult for me. Now, the other new 5-star Resonator for patch 1.3 is going to be a new character called the Shorekeeper, who is from, looks like it's going to be a new location or city, the Black Shores. Without going into much detail about this, because I did just talk about her in my last video, go check it out if you want. She is an absolutely amazingly designed Resonator. Overall, I think this is a major, even a game-changing patch coming to 1.2 of Wuthering Waves. And here I was saying in my last video reacting to the 1.3 drip marketing of new resonators that this was a filler patch. Yeah, I was dead wrong. And as always, goes to show you how Kuro Games treats their community in a caring manner. Well, that is all I have for today, guys. If you did enjoy the video, subscribe so you can find your way back to my channel. Leave a like, comment, and join the community Discord as always for a gacha content and a community of gacha gamers and anime enjoyers alike. Thanks for watching. Peace.